experience of feeling miraculously known. After our wedding, after our reception, after we'd driven slowly down the gravel laneway and away from the white tent in the backyard of my parents' farm, me waving to the knots of guests still mingling with their plastic cups of lemonade punch out on the lawn between the barn and the gnarled old apple trees of my childhood summers, I'd turn to him, the man whose name I now shared. I'd smiled long and happy in the dark. This was the beginning. In the beginning, in our beginning, there was hope. There was a honeymoon. There was a used Ford Taurus, and there was a gym bag of his t-shirts in the trunk alongside the suitcase I'd bought for my first year of university. Now it was packed with the silk robe and lingerie my mama and I had picked out and folded up carefully for this honeymoon of dreams come true, a time once meant to be a whole month long as it takes for the moon to wane and wax anew. Sure, we were just two dirt-poor kids who didn't have the luxury of any 2 pennies to rub together, who couldn't even dream of running away to some rustic mountain hideaway or some posh, sun-drenched resort. Not only because we were scrounging every dime for a down payment on a place of our own, but also because some wise mentor sat in the back pew of a Sunday chapel with his bride of half a century, had told us that if a honeymoon was ultimately about seeing some beautiful place, it might distract from the beauty of ultimately seeing the person. So we'd made up our minds, and our frugal pockets sealed the deal. We'd just drive 45 minutes of gravel country roads up to the lake, the same lake where, as kids, we'd known Sunday afternoon picnics of fried chicken, the same lake we'd known our whole lives. We'd sit at the water's edge and begin our life together there. We'd book some motel that was easy on the wallet, that was still near the water, and maybe, if we slid open a janky window and craned our necks, we'd even hear the lake, the promise of waves coming again and again, all night long, to kiss old wounds and wash all things clean, and we would begin to become one. But I had absolutely no idea that every honeymoon, one with a mate, a job, a child, a dream, a hope, murmurs an earnest warning of its own. Every moon wanes. The moment the moon is finally full, it immediately begins to wane. This is the way things are. This is the rhythm of being. These are things you can never change. Like the moon, our dreams, our loves, our hopes wax and wane, ebb and flow, rise and fall. Life comes in waves, and the way to live is to find a way to ride waves. Under the stillness of stars on the 25th of June, right there under the rising and falling and waving shape of Cassiopeia, we drive away from our farmyard reception. I'm wearing silky and pearled white, and he's wearing tuxedoed black, and we're both wearing our engraved gold bands and the shy smiles of this tender bonding. And the moon orb over our matrimonial heads and the bowed heads of the wheat fields to the west is already waning gibbous. We marry. We honeymoon on a waning moon. The plans of mice and newlyweds. As he drives toward the waves of the Great Lakes, I pull up just the hem of my wedding dress, the scalloped embroidery grass-stained from our backyard reception. I curl my bare feet up under me, turn a bit on the front seat of that Ford Taurus, and lay my head on his leg. He runs his big Dutch farming hands through my hair slowly, whispers it, the line of a song they used to play on the radio. I think we're alone now. He traces the nape of my neck.